Hello and welcome back to another Marvel Snap video. My name is Michael, but you can call me MOLT, and today we are playing easily the best deck in the game right now. It's actually kind of absurd. And I've been doing lots of videos recently on the best deck in the game, and all of them are always based off of untapped.gg's information, based off of the current best deck at a current time, based off of your rank, your collection level, all of that kind of stuff. And this new deck, y'all, I'm not even kidding you, I just played 15 games with it. I didn't lose a single one. We went 15-0 with this deck. It's freaking crazy. So if we go over to untapped.gg, there's a link in the description if you guys are interested in downloading and checking out that site. The #1 deck right here with 12,000 games that has a 62% win rate is this Nebula deck. And it's just ridiculous. It doesn't look like it's anything inherently strong when you just take a look at it, but it's extremely consistent and gives you incredible opportunities to get a lot of power down on the board. For me, we played 15 games with it. Haven't lost a single one. For some reason, that's 88.2% win rate, not 100% win rate, but it is what it is. So as you guys can see, the deck is made up of Nebula, Korg, Zabu, Jeff, the Shark, Polaris, Darkhawk, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man, Enchantress, Rockslide, Stature, and Black Bolt. And one thing that I noticed about this deck is that it reminded me of one that I made very, very recently, a couple of weeks ago, before this one ever even came out and became popularized. Many of you might remember my Big Little deck right here that had Spider-Man and Stature in it, and I could be wrong, but I feel like this was the first time that anybody ever threw Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and Stature into a deck. In regards to the fact that they were Big Little. Obviously, mine has She-Hulk as well in it. Mine has Juggernaut because I'm a massive Juggernaut fan. I also had Claw to lock down some locations and things like that. But after I made this deck, I saw a lot of people complimenting it on Twitter and in the comment section and all that kind of stuff. And then the deck that we are looking at now has come out, and it as well has Spider-Man and or Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and Stature in it. So I think that's pretty cool. Again, I don't want to take credit for anything, but I had never, ever seen anybody play Miles Morales, Spider-Man, and Stature in the same deck. So it's cool to see kind of my concept of Big Little, like cards that have big power but have the opportunity to be little, which is why I had She-Hulk in mine as well. Same with Darkhawk and things like that, but the deck is incredibly strong. So let's do a real quick card breakdown for you guys, not as much as usual. We're going to do a quick card breakdown, and then we're going to jump into some live games and see if we can just continue absolutely dominating. So the first card in the deck is Nebula. Obviously, Nebula is just really good and really strong right now in general. I could see Nebula maybe going down to a 1-1. I know a lot of people are calling for a nerf. I don't think that Nebula necessarily needs one because it's pretty straightforward. Like, if your opponent plays Sunspot, you can't do anything about them gaining power and skipping. You can do something about Nebula. Defensively, you can do something about Nebula and play on that location. So I don't know that Nebula is necessarily like busted like some people say, but you guys let me know down below, how do you feel about Nebula? I feel like it's kind of just right in a good spot. It can feel strong if people play it on turn 1, but if not, then it slowly begins to go down with its significant power that it can gain. Yes, it is a 1 cost, so it does have potential to even get up to a 1-4, which is really good, but doesn't seem inherently broken or busted to me. Next, the deck has Korg in it, a 1-2 that throws 1 rock into your opponent's deck. 2 reasons this is in here: to disrupt your opponent's card draw, and then to give your Darkhawk +2 power. Those are the only reasons, really. Next, we've got Zabu, a previous season card, season pass card. Obviously, it makes your 4-cost card cost 1 less. So really, really good. This deck does have Darkhawk, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man, Enchantress, and Rockslide. So it's got 5 cards that can all go down. And of course, Spider-Man can go down even further to that 1 as well. So that's the whole reason Zabu's in here as well, is just to knock those down. Next, we've got Jeff, a 2-3 that allows you to gain access to Professor X locations, to locations where you can't play cards, all that kind of stuff. Really, really good card. You can save it till final turn to play on a location where you can't play cards, or you can play it early and move it if you don't end up drawing into Polaris so that you can play your Miles Morales Spider-Man. Next, we've got Polaris, a 3-5, one of my favorite 3-drops that is in the game, next to Juggernaut, of course. It's just really good. Not only does it give you access to that 1/5 Miles Morales, but it also gives you a little bit of control. If you can see that somebody's playing something like Angela, you can move a 1 or 2 cost card on top of that Angela location. If you feel like your opponent is playing the Hood and they're going to end up destroying it or send it over to you with Viper, then you can move it preemptively to prevent them from either destroying it and making their carnage bigger, or from their Viper proccing and sending it over to you on your side. So Polaris is just a good control card there. Next, we've got Darkhawk, a 4/0, but a 3/0 if you have Zabu down. Obviously, the goal of this is to play Rock Slide, to play Korg, and to potentially play Darkhawk final turn, because Enchantress is running rampant right now, and if you have Zabu down, then you can play Darkhawk and Rock Slide final turn. Lots of different combinations you can do there. Really good card with a lot of potential power. This deck also has Shang-Chi in it, a 4-cost card that gets a little bit of a discount from that Zabu, and obviously everybody knows what Shang-Chi does. It owns your opponent. That's really all it's there for. And then Miles Morales Spider-Man, we've talked about him a good bit already. Whole point of it is to either move Jeff or play Polaris and move something, and then get access to that 1/5 stat line, which is nuts, because honestly, you could get Nebula to a 1/5 here after 2 turns, and then you can get Miles Morales down as a 1/5. That's 2 energy for 10 power. That's pretty solid. We've also got Enchantress, which just recently got a buff from a 4/4 up to a 4/6. I imagine we might see Enchantress go down to a 4/5 and just kind of settle in that role right there, because 4/6 is an incredible stat line, and it also is a great effect that can shut down your opponent's Darkhawk. It can shut down any of the cards that they may play. Say they get Sarah down early, say they have Devil Dino, anything like that. Enchantress, just absolutely incredible, and a lot of people are just going to play it for power. Being able to play a 3/6 if you have Zabu down is pretty insane. We also have Rock Slide, which 2 goals of Rock Slide in here is to get some power down on the board, some safe power that can't be hit by Shang-Chi or anything like that, and also to give your Darkhawk +4. So again, potentially playing that Darkhawk, playing that Rock Slide on that final turn, throwing down a significant amount of power always works really, really well. Stature is in here for a couple reasons, I would say. Obviously, the main one is because you have Black Bolt. You want to discard and disrupt your opponent's hand. They might be preparing for something final turn. Say they filled up the Raft. Well, Black Bolt works really great against getting rid of that card. And then you're able to play Stature, a 1/7 on that final turn. And honestly, a lot of people are playing discard right now. I've been seeing a good bit of people playing discard. At least I was earlier. Then legit, out of those 15 games, I haven't seen a single person play it since I switched to this deck. So that's always interesting. And then final card there, Black Bolt. You typically want to play this on turn 5. If somebody waves, you can play it before that, because when someone waves, all of their cards are going to be the lowest, so you could take out something pretty important in their deck. Now, obviously, you might not want to play that if they wave and it seems like they're going to be playing Galactus. You'd probably want to play Polaris or something like that in order to counter it. But Black Bolt, typically turn 5, throwing that down, allowing you to play Stature and then some other stuff on that final turn, potentially even Spider-Man, to where you could say play Stature for 1, Spider-Man for 1, and then Jeff for 2. That gives you 2 left, and you can play something else, whatever. Lots of different opportunities on that final turn. Let's get into some live games. Okay. So Jeff will obviously give us access to this. I almost don't want to show that I have Jeff yet. Like, I feel like I would much rather actually, this is probably the better play. Oh, shut up. What are you even playing? Huh? All right, we play Black Bolt here. They can't play Galactus, which is... I don't think it was a Galactus deck, but it very well could have been a Galactus deck. Because they like to destroy Lizard so that Null gets 5 for the cost of 2. And we kind of just screwed them up there. But obviously they would still be able to play Galactus here. If it comes down to it on the left side. So I think that's what they're kind of trying to decide. But Black Bolt right now, everything in their hand is going to be the lowest, obviously, unless they have a Miles Morales or something like that as well. But Black Bolt will destroy... Okay. Nice. Now I imagine that they're going to Odin here in the middle. Which actually would suck. I don't think they're going to play Sandman, right? I mean, they're definitely going to play there. If they Odin... Whoa, we got lucky there. We'll snap on that. And I think that this, since this is doubled, it's going to lose a significant amount of health. So let's say they add 5 over here. They go up to 11. 8. We can do this, this. In this, because playing Jeff in the, I mean, they might not play Odin, but I think that they will, and they'll go up to 11 if they do, and we'll be at 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 if they don't. -3. I'm dead. It's at -3. It's at -3. Oh gosh. If they had Enchantressed this, then they would have been at a way better. That's so funny. That's so funny. All right, so we got Onslaught Citadel here again. So if we draw into Zabu, that is going to be incredible. Colin feels like a bot, this Gamora icon, and just the regular name Colin. So, and a lot of, yeah, that looked like a bot. We'll see. It has been rampant on the ladder. People used to be so annoyed. They're like, this guy just talks about bots all the time. Now you know. Now you guys know. Before you get to Infinite, the bots are insane. Yeah, so... I'm pretty sure that this is a bot. We'll see. Would love Zabu again over here. Okay. I would love to draw into some cards here. But here's the thing, though. Hela, whenever you face bots that are playing Hela, they pretty much always draw into Hela, so it can be a little bit dangerous. Can be super, super stressful. This is good, but yeah, we don't need to play Black Bolt. I think I would rather do this, and I'm not going to snap against a bot just because it stresses me out. But we'll be able to, Polaris will destroy one of them, allowing us to play Spider-Man as well. And okay, if they draw into Hela, though, this is gonna be brutal. No, I wanted it to pull Morbius, dude. Okay, 6. So how many? They've got 6. So we should be, yeah. We go here, here, here. And Jeff, just for good measure, they have 6 cards in their deck, which is going to be the equivalent of 12, so 24 power on this. 28. We should be good here. And like, they're going to draw into Hela because it's a Hela bot. So if they do, then this is going to be, oh wow, okay. Oh man, I was certain. Yeah, like, look at this. So one way, there are, for those of you who are wondering, there are ways to know if you're facing a bot based off of a list, but they're also not as recognizable as they used to be. But typically it's one-word names like this. It's either like Colin, or it's something like exaggerated papaya, like names like that are just generated. They typically have these sorts of icons, and then they have base model cards with insane effects like this, or they have cards with no effect on them that have been upgraded. So sometimes they can be really sneaky and beat you really bad, but you never know. Okay, so we could end up buffing Jeff here on Kunlun. Really hoping for Zabu. Cade. I feel like I've faced this person before. All right. Would love to be able to play a card. All right. Zabu's good for us here. Daredevil is always a little bit intimidating. Oh, wow. All right. We got a little lucky there. Say, we got a little lucky there. Throw this down. Wonder what their Daredevil is for. Why? What? Are you gonna Odin in the middle or something? Odin? Or is this a bot? Huh. Okay. I mean, this isn't that much power. Like, if they destroy all this, it's not that big of a deal. You know what I mean? We reveal first. I don't know if they're going to go Professor X or anything. Like, if... I almost want to not play anything at all because we're winning the middle. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna play Jeff, because I don't want to have priority if they Galactus or something. Because if they Galactus, then we would want to be able to play Shang-Chi. So if they play Galactus on Kunlun, then we'll be in a little bit of trouble. Okay, so we'll see who it chooses. Hopefully it doesn't give us priority. If it gives us priority, then we lose. If it gives it to them, then we win. Yes, it flipped it. It flipped it. We didn't destroy that much. So I'm trying to decide if I want to go... How many cards do they have in their hand? 5, so this would be a 10. So we could go like Shang-Chi and Darkhawk, potentially. I'm not going to snap just because I actually want to win the 4. Enchantress would be okay here, but Shang-Chi is probably better. Yeah. Oh, that's hilarious. All right, we'll start off with Korg. Get some, go ahead and get some rock in their deck. Never know. Okay, nice. So if we draw into Miles, that'll be good for us. I'll play Zabu over here because we don't know what this could be. It could be Isle of Silence or something, and Zabu will end up moving to the middle here after Bifrost, so that's okay. Okay. So we definitely want to actually play this here now, because with Zabu down, we won't be able to play anything on Crimson. And, yeah. Okay. Is it a bot? Let me click on this Electro, please. I still can't friggin' tell, dude. Again, if they are playing Galactus, then we're going to want them to have priority so that we can Shang-Chi and Enchantress. But I'll go ahead and play this. Okay, so they're skipping to get Sunspot big, I guess, so that they can destroy it and make it bigger. If we draw into Polaris here, okay, we did not draw into Polaris here. Go ahead and play this. All right, so now that's Galactus. No, that's Null. Why the freak would they play Null early on like that? What? I'm very confused by that. What the heck are they going to destroy? This feels like such a bot and like they're trying to trap me. 12, 13, 14. Yeah, we've got enough power over here. Oh, they're going to Shang-Chi on the right? Yeah. What in the world, dude? That was so obvious. Well, I mean, it was so strange that it wasn't obvious. Like, that was extremely confusing. Oh, man. And they're all inked. And they're all, like, base. This one isn't base. No, this is base. I was going to say, that's... Wow. Okay, well. That's the deck, y'all. Hope you enjoyed. It's been a fun one. See you on the next one. Peace out.